following story recounts the humorous dialogue of an immigrant in America attempting to master English. Join Mr. Hyman Kaplan as he excels at exasperating his teacher, Mr. Parkhill, and attempts to give a speech about two famous Americans and one not so famous American. The Education of Hyman Kaplan by Leo Roston. "I will speak on the Garibaldi," announced Miss Caravello, the fourth student to face the class. Mr. Parkhill felt a surge of gratitude within him. It was, however, short-lived. "Garibaldi just like Washington, first of the war, first of the peace, first of the hearts of the countrymen. His neighbors, like Miss Principal say, the G, the A, the R, the I. Hooray, Washington, viva Garibaldi. How you can comparing a Judge Washington mit a Garibaldi? Ha! Suppose you speak next, Mr. Kaplan." Mr. Kaplan's ever-incipient smile burst into full bloom. He advanced to the front of the room. "Ladies and gentlemen, fellow students and Mr. Parkhill. Judge Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and Jake Popper." Other students, less adventurous students, might undertake comments on Lincoln or Washington, but only Mr. Kaplan had the vision and fortitude to encompass Lincoln and Washington, to say nothing of Jake Popper. "Mr. Kaplan, it is George Washington, not Judge, and Abraham Lincoln, not Abram Lincoln. Please try it again. George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and Jake Popper. Is that right, Mr. Parkhill?" "It's better." "Okay, so first about George Washington. He was a fine man. Actually, farther from his country, like they say. We heard already from plenty students all about his marvelous deeds. How by being even a little boy, he chopped down the cherries so he could answer, 'I cannot tell lies, Papa. I didn't mean my little hatchet.' But we shouldn't forget that Washington was a big revolutionist. He was fighting for freedom against King George III, that terrible autocrat who was putting stamps on tea, even so it tasted bad. And George Washington chewed tea in Boston Harbor, dressed up like an Indian. So was the revolution. George Washington was a first-class hero. In the middle of the coldest weather, he crossed the ice in a little boat. He should catch the British and the missionaries. Mercenaries. Fooling around not with their minds on the war. Pardon me, mercenaries I meant. So after the revolution, the people said, 'George Washington, you are hero and leader. We electing you president.' So he was elected president, U.S. anonymously. Unanimously. Mr. Kaplan, you must speak more slowly. You are making far too many mistakes." "I'll try my best. Well, I said a lot of fine things about George Washington, but anyhow, is Abraham Lincoln more close to me. That's Abraham Lincoln. What a sweet man, what a fine character, what a heart, like gold. Look." Mr. Kaplan pointed dramatically to the lithograph of the great emancipator, which hung on the back wall. "Look on his face. Look his eyes so sad with filling. Look his mouth so full goodness. Look the high forehead. That's showing smartness, brains. Look the honest expression. I ask, is it a wonder they was calling him Honest Abe? Honest Abe. No, it's no wonder. He was a poor boy, a wood chopper, a rail splinter like they say. But he made the Civil War. Oh my, that was terrible times. Shooting, killing, the North Side USA against the South Side USA. Brother fighting brother, the blues met the grays. And who won? Who? Ha! Abraham Lincoln won. Then Lincoln gave out the Emancipation Proclamation. That was that all men are born and created in the same way. So he was killed. Well, what's got all this to do with Jake Popper? Jake Popper was also a fine man with a heart like gold. We called him Honest Jake. Jake Popper had a delicatessen store, and in his store, good even poor people without money always get something to eat, if they were honest. One day was Honest Jake filling bed. He had hot and cold waves on the body by the same time. That we call a fever. So everybody said, Jake, lay down in bed, rest. But did Jake Popper lay down in bed, rest? No, he stayed in store day and night. He said, I got to think about my customers. Then the doctor came and said, Popper, you got bronchitis. So Jake went in bad, and he got voice and voice. So the doctor insulted other doctors. Consulted other. And they took him in Mount Sinai Hospital. He had double pneumonia. So there were special noises. And from all kinds of medicines the best. Even blood confusions they gave him. Transfusions, Mr. Kaplan. And they shot him in the arm. He should fall like a slip. And after a while, Honest Jake Popper passed away. So in Jake Popper's honor, I made this little speech. And I want also to say for him something like, oh, Captain, my Captain, that Miss Higbee said about Abraham Lincoln. I got from her the voids. Oh, hot, 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 oh, the bleeding drops red. There on the deck, Jake Popper lies, falling cold and dead. Isn't that beautiful? My. One thing more I should say, so the class shouldn't feel too bad about Jake Popper. It's already 9 years since he passed away, and I didn't go to the funeral. On this strange note, Mr. Kaplan took his seat. Why didn't you? Because the funeral was in the middle of the week. And I said to myself, Kaplan, you in America, so think like the Americans think. So I taught, and I didn't go. Because I thought of that deep American idea, business before pleasure.